in the holiday.
Ving Rhames, Alfre Woodard, Holiday Heart.
Seeing grace, how sweet the sound.
Okay. All right. So Holiday Heart is our next Christmas movie that we're talking about. Look, this was Lamar's suggestion. Josh and I hadn't seen it before. Josh, you watched it?
Yes, I did.
And what were your thoughts on it?
I did like it. This is a Christmas movie, right?
Somewhat.
Okay. Because the holiday part is the person's name. And
no,
I was like,
it's considered a Christmas movie, but like, I don't know, because it happens around Christmas, I guess.
So when I was researching Christmas movies to watch, this movie did come up. So, I was talking to Lamar about it and he was like, oh yeah, it is. So let's, eventually he suggested it for this Christmas discussion. But as I watched it, I was like, it's only Christmas for like 5 minutes.
Right.
But it came up in the Google search. So
like, Addams Family is a Christmas movie because it happens.
Die Hard, the Christmas movie. Granted, it does take place on Christmas. It makes more sense. But, Holiday Heart.
Like next Friday.
Exactly, yeah. Friday after next.
Friday after next.
Yeah. So kind of a Christmas movie. So yeah, so go ahead, Josh.
Kind of.
But I liked it. It's just Ving Rhames, like, besides the hair, I'm not used to him playing those type of roles.
Right.
So he's good in it, but I'm just like watching it like, how do you even kick his ass, man?
I was watching, so I watched it last night too. And I was watching the beginning, I was like, Josh is probably looking at this like, what in the fuck is
like, you got like Ving Rhames, what's his name, Micaiah Williamson, like
McKelty?
Yeah. Like, it started out okay, but I thought it got better once him and what's his name started taking care of the girl. Because I thought, like, they didn't care for each other, but they were still getting along because they had like a mutual understanding to take care of what's her name? Nikki, right?
Nikki, yeah.
Nikki,
good child actor. Great child actor.
Yeah, she was really good.
Yeah. Was she in anything else? Like, I was just bothered by the fact that she looked like somebody I've seen before.
No.
She was in the Bernie Mac show.
No, she wasn't. That is not the little girl from the Bernie Mac show.
And I Googled her, it said if she was on Bernie Mac. I don't know if she was the main little girl, but she was in the Bernie Mac show.
Okay, I was going to say she was on an episode maybe, but that's not the girl.
Because I looked her up to see like if she's doing anything now or whatever, and the only thing that came up was this and the Bernie Mac show. But no, she was really good.
Yeah.
So is Alfre Woodard, which I've never seen her play. I mean, maybe there's other roles she's played like that, but I've never seen her play a role like that.
Right.
It kind of hurt me. I was like, oh, this is a Christmas movie?
What was going on when she was watching her daughter from afar, and then she was in the street, like just losing it?
What her daughter was giving the poem.
Yeah, that was like that was heartbreaking. Like, she is really gone. Like, she is just, yeah. But,
right, she played that role like too good.
Yeah.
Like too good. Right.
Yeah.
I had heard of this movie before but never watched it. I never realized it was a TV, like a made for TV movie.
Right.
I never knew that. I thought it was just a straight to video movie.
It was, because watching this, I was like, yeah, I don't remember, like, the language was real when I was watching it this time. I was like, I don't remember it being that like harsh. Like, the language is harsh. I remember that, like, the movie, the scenes were still there, but the things they were saying, I was like, I don't remember it being like that, because I think I watched it when it was on TV.
Was
it edited for TV?
I think so, maybe.
Was it a Hallmark movie or?
Yeah, it was a Hallmark movie. And I thought it was much older. It came out in 2000, but I thought it was more in the 90s. So it was a later movie, but I don't know. It wasn't too hard seeing Ving Rhames do this role, because I think about him in what's it called? The firefighter movie.
Oh, I pronounced you Chuck and Larry.
Yeah, where
he was in there. What was he in there?
He was the gay dude, and I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
I don't remember.
when they were taking a shower and he started singing "I'm Every Woman" and he's
yeah.
He was still bald. He still was bald-headed Ving Rhames in that, and he still was a little bit of Ving Rhames. I know he was a hard ass until he came out. This one, I understand the hair.
He always had makeup on, and he was very, very feminine, very feminine. But,
right.
The only thing that I would say I didn't like about the movie was that I felt like everything was rushed, like it was so jam-packed, and everything was just happening.
Yeah, the development happened hella fast because it was like little girl see her help the mom move in. I love you guys. We're a family. It was like, damn, that shit happened like overnight. That shit did happen fast.
I think it's based off a play or something. What's his name? Robert Townsend.
That makes sense. If it was based off a play, that makes sense. Then why it was like that.
Yeah, and the play had much more time to develop everything because the play is generally like 3 hours long. So this is half that time, so it's got to jam pack everything in. So I guess for anybody that knows the play can see it and like kind of know what's left out and where it was going and stuff. But just as somebody watching it for the first time, I just felt like everything was happening so quickly. Not to say it was a bad movie. It's just I just noticed that I was like, okay, now we're here. Like, okay.
It happened fast as fuck.
Knowing that what's his name from what's it called? Forrest Gump, Mykelti Williamson, knowing he was in it and he hadn't shown up yet, I was like, oh, he's gonna be that guy that comes in and like rescues Alfred Woodard's character. Then you see him dealing drugs. I was like, damn it, he's a bad guy.
But like that's what
Ving Rhames was supposed to be the one that was saving her. Like,
yeah. But no, what like Josh said, that's what the movie gets really good because of like his assholeness towards Ving Rhames, and then to see him have to like, because he doesn't break that. He's still an asshole, but he's like, shit, I gotta kind of do it for her. Like, because the little girl was kind of like trying to push them together, but he still had like this asshole like attitude. Yeah. Kind of like, yeah, man. He's like, yeah, man, you want to play? Like, yeah, play the game. Like, he still had that tough. He wasn't breaking it.
And it probably had a lot. It had a lot to do with the fact that Ving Rhames' character was gay, so it's like he didn't want to get too close to him because it would make him be some kind of way. And I was like, no, you're not. He was like, you're not my type. Don't worry about it.
That's my favorite scene, or the funniest scene. It was the limo when he was like, I never rode in the back of a limo before, and he was standing like, He was like, what? He's like, man, get your ass in the back.
Then he started the car. He was like,
yeah. He was like, man, you better get your ass in the back. That shit was funny to me.
What did he say? So, what he's asking, is that a gun in your pocket? You just happen to see me. So, no, it's a gun.
It's a gun.
Yeah.
So I like that he didn't like soften up. Like, normally they'll soften him up and not necessarily make him turn out to be gay, but just like soften him down. He still had that same attitude, but he was like, he kind of like took him for what he was after a while.
Yeah.
Because the way they was throwing that F word around, boy. They was slinging that shit. I was like, yeah. Even the little girl came in like, you're the bag, right? I was like, whoa.
Yeah. I was like, damn.
I don't remember that part.
Yeah. But when I was saying, Josh, when I was saying about him coming to rescue Alfred, I meant like in a different type of relationship. Like Ving Rhames' character was the friend that the best to help him out. But that romantic relationship, I was hoping what's his name was that to come in. And I guess at the end of the day, he was what was needed for the little girl, not so much for Alfred Woodard's character. So it worked out in the end, but it was crazy how like the last 10 minutes, hella shit happened in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, it was Christmas, and then the mom came back with the bike, and there was a big old fight. Then, spoiler alert, she gets hit by the car, taken out. Then they're going to Paris.
Fucked up. So every time I see that scene, it's fucked up.
But I was watching it, was like watching with mom and guy. We were just like, wait, both of them get killed? Like, because it's stopped, it blacks out, and you don't know if it hit Alfred Willard's character or Ving Rhames' character. So I was like, oh, that's kind of fucked up. Because I don't think I've ever seen Alfred Woodard get killed off in a movie.
I've seen it. He got killed in Brooklyn.
I haven't either.
Oh, yes. She passed. Yeah, she didn't get murdered though. She was.
In what?
Oh, murder.
Sorry, I meant to say murdered.
I didn't mean murder.
What did she get killed in?
In Crooklyn, she died of cancer.
Oh, okay.
That's always the movie I remember. And that's the first movie I've seen her in. So every time I think about her, I always think about her character as the mom. Yeah.
But no, and then the way that the daughter was talking, it's like it made it seem like it was Ving Rhames' character that died.
I think they kind of did that on purpose.
Yeah, so I was like, oh man, he's gone, and now he's with his partner in heaven. But then it turned out to be the mom. I was like, what the hell? Why would you say? Why would you say buried you next to a fish?
It made more sense for the reveal that he's still alive.
Yeah, and they're gonna live happily ever after in Paris. So.
Yeah, I want to figure out what he's on. I got a surprise for me to get back. I'm like, fuck, what is it?
Like, hello. I want to know what it is.
I'm all like, they going to Paris.
It was the house.
What city you got that's gonna surprise them?
Well, yeah, what's better than Paris?
No, it was the house. Remember, he bought the house in Florida.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay. I think it was that. Yeah.
Surprise! Your mom's not dead.
Because Paris was a vacation, and then when they came back, remember he said I bought this house. He was like, when I came back, she was all messed up. He said he bought a house in Florida and he fixed it up.
I didn't know Paris was a vacation. I thought they were moving there and then coming back to visit. Oh,
it was a vacation.
Got it.
Because remember, he was like, your spring break just started and they need us in Paris.
So was his plan always just to go there for vacation? I thought he was like leaving.
His plan was to move to Paris.
Okay.
But then I guess he's kind of sticking around for her sake, and so she could be around dude.
Got it. Okay. I thought they moved out there. But did anybody else think that he looked like Patti LaBelle in drag?
Yes.
Muffing Rain.
Did you hear when he was first singing? Dude in the audience was like, "Sing Patti, sing some Patti."
Oh no. I missed that. I was like, I wonder if it's just me.
He was yelling it. He was like, "Sing some Patti," because he was going out all Diana Ross. He was like, "Sing some Patti."
No.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to look at a picture
of Patti LaBelle.
No, he looked like it.
Put it together.
Even in that Tina Turner wig, it still looked like Patti.
It looked like Patti. That's fucked up, but it's funny.
So funny.
But yeah, like, I mean, just think about all the roles I've seen Ving Rhames in. Baby Boy, whatchamacallit, Dangerous Crown, if you remember that, Tasha. Did you see
I never watched it. No, I didn't get to watch it. That's the Ice Cube movie, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he was in that shit.
He's the villain in that one. He's in what's it
Pulp
called?
Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. He's in what's it called?
Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible. Always playing the badass, or like, you know, he even though he's like plays this big guy, sometimes he's good at playing the nice guy too. He was in what's it called? Piranha 3D. If anybody remembers that.
No, nobody remembers that.
Never saw it.
Hey, that's actually an okay movie.
Never saw it.
Yeah, he's cool.
But him doing this role made me think of Wesley Snipes doing the dragon.
Tu Wong Fu.
Yeah.
You know,
Tu Wong Fu.
Yeah.
Thanks for everything, Julie Moore.
I thought maybe they came out at the same time, but Tu Wong Fu was mid-90s.
Yeah. Yeah, Nikki showed me that one. Yeah.
That one's a classic.
I'm not gonna say who the
weird.
person
That movie was weird, but I watched it all the way through like twice.
That movie's great.
I remember, I'm not gonna say who said it, but I remember somebody was all like, I don't know about Wesley Snipes dressed in drag, but you know, John Leguizamo as Chi-Chi, you know.
That John Leguizamo though?
I mean, hey, you know, yeah, bro, I can see that.
I ain't saying none of that shit. I ain't saying none of that shit, but that shit was weird. But I watched the whole thing. It was like interesting.
Mm-hmm. It was definitely entertaining. It was definitely fun. This one was more sad.
Yeah, the speaking of Tu Wong Fu, that was the first Patrick Swayze movie I've seen, and I don't know if
the first one.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Roadhouse, Dirty Dancing, I've seen 11-14, but like that was like the first movie I've seen him in, because I knew who Wesley Snipes was and John Leguizamo.
What about Ghost?
He's never to this day he hasn't seen Ghost.
Seen it. Nope.
Oh shit.
There's a lot of Patrick Swayze movies I haven't seen.
Yeah.
And a few I've seen where he's like kind of in it just for a little bit.
Point Break.
Nope, never seen it.
Wow.
I've seen
I saw all of those before I saw Two on Food, and I was like, what's going on here?
The Outsider.
I had seen Ghost and Dirty Dancing before
that. Roadhouse was like a big deal.
I've never seen Roadhouse, but I always think of Family Guy.
Yes.
And I never understood the reference. I just thought that shit was hilarious.
I was laughing because that's what DeMarcus.
No, Andrea used to do that. No, was it DeMarcus?
DeMarcus kicked his teacher. DeMarcus kicked his teacher and said,
"Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, it was DeMarcus." Yeah.
And then we were great by we kept on kicking each other and kept on saying Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
Great, role models.
Yeah, we're great adults for these kids. Yeah.
All right.
I've never seen it.
All right, so I guess we better make it way back to Holiday Heart. Holiday Heart.
Yeah, that wasn't as bad as previous ones. We didn't go too far off.
Yeah, we were in the realm that time.
Well, yeah, I mean, it makes sense because we're talking about like Ving Rhames, a person that we're not used to him playing these type of roles. But there's other movies where it's like, what's his name? Mahershala Ali playing the role in Green Book is different than when he was playing in what's called as Moonlight.
Yeah, but it's kind of different because like Ving Rhames' stature makes it even more like outside of the box. Whereas Mahershala, he's like, he's not this big old buff dude where it's like, this is really different and really weird. But with Ving Rhames doing it, and then also Wesley Snipes when he did it, it was just like totally out of what you would be used to them doing.
In this one, Ving Rhames still brought that out because he whooped those dudes' ass.
With his press-on nails. Didn't break a nail, nothing popped off.
Yeah, he whooped both of them.
Shit, but yeah, the first Ving Rhames movies I saw was People Under the Stairs. So I always think of him as
Run, fool.
Too old to get hit, too young to get ass.
Oh man. But I mean, yeah, I don't know what else to say about this movie. I mean, it was very what scene was it that had me like, oh shit? It might have, I think it was the scene with the bike when she was sitting out there with the bike and he walked. So he bought the bike, right?
Yeah.
He bought the bike and then she just happened to be there when he walked out.
He was like, I'm gonna tell your daughter you gave her this bike, and he was like, I'm gonna get my check. And then she was like, I got the bike. She was like taking it to the car. And that's when the drug dealers were there and saw her.
Yeah, but that whole scene with her like talking it out, and he's just like listening to her and like kind of opening himself up to try to like let her back in. That whole scene was just like, oh, that was gut wrenching. I thought that was the most emotional scene, other than the scene with her in the street.
It's just her. The way she was like developing this character was like on some other shit. The way she was like committed to that shit. It was like different with him. Like some of his cry scenes is kind of ridiculous. It's kind of fucked up when he tells the story of why he's like the way he is. That part was fucked up. But other than that, when he's like crying, it's kind of like I don't know. But
I know. I was like, you guys don't cry. You right, don't cry.
But it was how aggressive he was with the cry. It wasn't just a cry. It was like a.
You mean like John?
You already said you love me, so don't you tell me about no. I was like, oh shit! Don't hit her.
Yeah.
I like the scene.
The kid.
I like the scene where he caught the little girl and then she was saying something smart and he slapped her. And he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And he thought about it. He was like, what the hell am I doing? Like, you like, hey, whooping your ass all through this apartment.
She tried it.
How they switched it up. That was hilarious.
So I like the part when they're all watching It's a Wonderful Life and they all getting kind of teary-eyed.
Yeah.
And like I was laughing because I was like, with me and my friend, you remember Chris, Tasha, were watching that in class. And after like the scene was over and we all left the classroom, I was like, hey man, I ain't gonna lie, that kind of got to me right here.
That was a Wonderful Life. I thought that was a movie where the girl's mom was black.
Imitation of Life, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at the end where she's crying because she was like throughout the whole movie, she's well, I guess she's supposed to be mixed, but obviously she's white and a white actress.
She's
passing, yeah, and the mother's black, so she's been like trying to get away from her mother, like ashamed of who she is and who her mother is, and then when her mother passes away, she goes over and starts crying because she realizes she's been a bitch to her the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
And dude was like, "That's some deep shit right there."
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I was like, yeah, bro. Oh, yeah.
But that's why I say I like his character because he kept the same. Nothing changed about him. Yeah. Like he didn't apologize for the disrespectful comments. None of that. He's like, I am who I am.
Yeah, he cared. He had care. He had caring feelings, but he was still like hard exterior and like this is real. This is real life. Like, not gonna sugarcoat anything. But it was interesting though that he was like a drug dealer, but he had like these like values on not using drugs. Like, I'm gonna sell it, but if I'm dating you, you can't be using.
That's what he said. He said, I told you I sell it. I don't want to be with no woman that uses it. Then he slammed the door. That shit was crazy. Yeah. But I like he's like one of my favorite characters because he does not lose like a lot of these movies, like the dude who kind of like give in and be soft about it. No, he was like, I'm the same guy. Like nothing changed about me. It kind of kept us to the reality of it.
Yeah. And he was very self-aware because when he told him, he was like, I have to leave because she's better off with you.
Right.
Like,
After
he's very self-aware. But
another tough scene is when she saw her mom and the drug dealer dude was like, I want a piece of her. When she was like trying to convince her, I was like, oh, don't do that. Like,
yeah, that was horrible.
Yeah, she should have got an award for this. The way she was Alfred.
Has she ever been nominated, huh?
I don't think she's had that role yet that like stands out to where she would be like in the limelight for awards, but she's amazing.
She don't need one to prove that she's a great actress, so it don't matter. I forgot about the awards this year. I don't even know what's going to be nominated or what's the Golden Globes. I forgot.
Yeah, I don't know, but I guess we'll close this one out and give our ratings. So, Josh, what do you give it?
So for people who, for some reason, watch a video and don't really maybe have a hearing problem, or like,
you don't got to bring that up, Josh. Just give us your rating.
Just in case somebody's out there that's like, hey, Josh, I said 2.5. Like, no, I said 3 stars. So I'm gonna show it to you.
Are you talking about anybody specifically?
So this is 3 stars. So you want 1, 2, 3. 3 stars.
Tasha, Josh gave it 3 stars.
There you go. Yeah, please.
In case you missed it.
Yeah. I'm about to go back and watch some things. Like, all right, so they said I said this. Not. I'm be like, well, according to the actual video that I've watched.
Timestamp. That's what I said. Well, I give this 2.5 stars.
I got a good solid 3.5.
All right, so that was Holiday Heart. Question, do you want this to be our conclusion for the Christmas movies? Because I was telling Josh, it doesn't make sense for us to do one more because it'll be the end of December and then the video will be posted in January.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Okay, so this will be our last Christmas movie discussion. So I'm thinking the next thing we can do is our top 5 and 1 worst of the year.
Yeah, I just finished my top 5.
I think I know what closed it out, but so that's what we'll do next is our top 5 of 2021 and our 1 worst movie of the year.
That's gonna be tough.
Well, I have to say it. I think you guys know which one's mine.
I think I know yours, Josh, and Lamar's.
Oh no, I have a 1A, 1B, and 1C.
That's cheating.
Top 5 worst movies. There we go. Top 5.
I can do that. I can do top 5 worst because it's gonna be tough for me.
We watched a lot of films because Tax Collector that came out earlier this year, right?
No, that was last year.
That was last year.
That was
my work last year.
Because I think that was Mars Worst. Yeah, was last year.
Shit, I have to go look up online and we'll see the movies that came out this year because I've seen a lot of movies.
I'm telling you, Letterboxd, that's what I use to keep track of everything.
I just be forgetting to rate shit on there.
I rate it and I add it to the list of I have a list for 2021 and I just add it to that list so I can keep track of what I've watched.
Oh, so Tasha, have you watched the Will Smith movie yet?
Not yet. I haven't had time. My last day of work was yesterday. I'll watch it before next Thursday. That's for sure.
You just a goddamn lie. I watched The Matrix last night.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you guys haven't seen it yet?
I'm not going to.
Well, damn.
I have no interest in it.
You said you weren't the biggest fan of the last two movies that came out too, right?
I mean, I watched them. I didn't love them, so that's why I'm like I'm indifferent about this. And but Josh said he wants to go to the theater to see it, so he hasn't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll wait till you see it before I say how I feel about it. And we watched Halle Berry's movie and what's her name's movie, Michael Jackson's.
Oh, what would you think of those? I don't know why I said Sandra Bullock.
Both of those were good.
She doesn't look like Michael Jackson.
She does look like Michael Jackson. Both of those are good movies. I think both of them were good movies.
They were, yeah.
The better, I couldn't even tell you which one was better because they both were good.
Yeah, they were both the same level of good, but different types of movies.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, but they were good, but they wouldn't make it to my top 5.
No.
So
No.
That's what's been difficult for me. I've seen a lot of movies on that level that are good, like Bruised, and I think it's Unforgivable.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, I don't want to just put it on my top 5 because it was good. Like, it needs to be like, oh man, like I really liked that movie for it to be on. I have 3 solid movies. That's why I need to watch more. I need to watch the King. I was gonna say King Arthur, the King movie, King Richard.
Yeah.
And then I have a few other ones I want to watch. Leo's movie comes out tomorrow, so I'm watching that first thing in the morning.
Where does it come out on?
Netflix.
Oh, hell yes. I've been waiting for that shit. That might, so my number 5 is there, but it might get replaced because with Leo, it's hard to discount.
Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. It's a different kind of movie. So I think it's more quirky. I think it's more of a quirky movie.
I don't care.
So, but I'm watching that first thing in the morning. As soon as I wake up, Netflix.
Hell yes. I've been looking forward to see when it came out.
Yeah, I thought it was coming out that day, but apparently it was just the theater.
Yeah, you lied. You lied directly to my face.
That was my bad.